In today's session, I want to talk about personal branding and why personal branding and creating your own brand is so important to your success, whether it's within the company or in general, in whether you progress into another organization in the future or you want to build your own business, and even in your own life. Becoming more clear, and this is really the first step, becoming more clear in who you are and what you stand for, your values, your beliefs, what your desires are, what you're good at, what you're not good at, what your strengths are, and really being able to peel back the layers on all things that you embody that are important to you and what makes up you so that you're in alignment, and then stepping into that with confidence, being able to really emulate that when you are engaging with key stakeholders, your manager, people in your team, stakeholders, maybe even if you're setting up a business, vendors, suppliers, customers, like really being able to step into that person that you are embodying and really, embracing that is going to help you to, grow your business. It's going to help you be more productive, be happier, and really just be more successful all around. So that's why building a personal brand is so important. And often I say if you are struggling to get promoted or you feel like you're not getting recognized by the business, then it often is because you're not creating a personal brand. You haven't really articulated that. You haven't demonstrated to people why you are the right person for the role. And maybe they don't see that. And perception is reality. People create a perception of you based on how you carry yourself and based on how, what your personal brand is. So um, this is why creating it is so important. And I always like to put myself in the other person's shoes and the other person's perspective. If you are in your manager's or leadership's, if you put yourself in their shoes, how do they see things from their vantage point? Do they see you being visible? What kind of character are you embodying and demonstrating? And as a result, what is their perception of you, and are you the right person for the role? This is why personal branding is so important. And being able to really step into a blend of this masculine and feminine role. And I talk a lot about masculine and feminine, but just to keep it short, the masculine is very much about doing and being able to be organized and articulate things and be action oriented and really drive things forward. And the feminine is communicating, it's being open, it's being receptive, it's demonstrating that, it's listening, it's demonstrating that you can do things. And it's really this blend between the two and really stepping into both and stepping into who you are as a brand Susanna, as a brand Tom, Jennifer, whatever your brand is. And going back to what I said at the beginning, it really starts with clarity and then being able to communicate that openly. So I'd like to invite you to reflect on a couple of questions. Are you contributing your contribution and are you communicating your contribution to the company? And are you keeping everyone in the loop? Are you communicating to key stakeholders so that there is alignment? Do you manage up and down? Do you know your values, your strengths and skills, and what you love doing so that you can articulate that? Is there alignment between what the business needs and what you need? Are you building key relationships across the organization and really over communicating? Sometimes we assume that people know, but people don't always know. And so it's better to over communicate than under communicate. But it's also good to communicate and use communication channels that already exist in the way that the company operates, in the way that maybe the business operates, and making sure that there is an alignment in expectations, and then using your brand and your character to really bring that out. I'll share a story. Like, I remember when I started presenting and speaking on stage 15 years ago, I used to have this belief that I had to put on my corporate hat and I had to, almost be a different person. And as a result, like my presentations fell flat on its face. And I got some feedback like, why are you acting like such a robot? And, your normal self is so bubbly and personable. And why is there such a disconnect? And I remember that stood out for me because I realized that I was trying to be two different people. And that wasn't brand Susanna. And brand Susanna is, I am a very open, I'm direct, I'm German and English. I blend these two, directness, openness, wittiness, getting things done. I'm very heart-centered, expressive. And the more I became aware of who I am and the fact that I'm an extrovert, but I'm introverted. I need me time. I'm very reflective. The more I became aware of that, the more I embraced that, and the more that I've stepped into that as a business owner, as a leader, as a person, as a friend, as a partner, as a sister. And so just becoming more aware of who you are and your brand is going to allow you to be a unique individual, a unique contributor to the company, a unique leader, and also unique in the way that you show up in the world, unique in the way that you decide what things you talk about. Maybe you want to start writing articles or posting things on LinkedIn. The more that you figure out and become attuned to what is important to you, the more you're going to be able to step into your brand, the more people are going to know what you stand for and how to communicate with you and how to connect with you because they're going to know more about you. So I want to leave you with that. Maybe this has been reflective and helped you to understand a little bit more about what personal branding is and how you can start to embody that within your own life and in your own career.